Good evening.
It's
Good people.
Tuesday. It's Tuesday. I hope everyone had a great day. If you're on, say hello. Hello, hello, hello.
Let us know who's in the house. Please share when you come on this live. Like and share, please. Like and share when you come on. Um,
Hey,
you know,
Zai.
hey, oh, you already seen? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
You never know who may need to hear what is going to be discussed tonight, either now or the replay. So please share and like the live. Thank you all for joining us. We don't take it for granted. We appreciate you spending a little time with us. We try not to be too long tonight because both of us are hungry tonight.
Yeah.
It's not just Keisha tonight, y'all. It's me too.
We're hungry.
But um, we'll put that to the side to do what it is we got to do. And
Hey, Shireen.
Hey, Shireen. I don't know who Shireen is, but Keisha knows you so.
We
Oh yeah.
just say Cowboys. All
Oh,
right.
okay, yeah. So come on, like the live, share the live. We got something interesting to talk about tonight.
Boy, do we have something to talk about tonight.
So we're gonna have fun. We love when you all participate. That just helps because we don't know everything. We never claim to know everything, but so yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Hey, Camilla, how are you?
Good. We got a few people in. I guess I'm introducing us tonight.
Oh, yes.
Okay. We are Savalas and Keisha Rogers, professionally known as Key Players. We are a married couple coming up on 17 years of marriage this Sunday, as a matter of fact.
Yes.
21 years together, 17 married. So that's a milestone. Can't believe it. It doesn't seem like it's been 17 years, but thank God the majority of them have been good.
Yes. more good days than bad.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. And we pray the next 17 will be good too.
Absolutely.
We are marriage enthusiasts. We are certified SYMBIS facilitators. SYMBIS facilitators is a program designed for engaged couples who are thinking about getting married. We are certified to present that program if you are interested. There is a small fee. But if you are engaged or you know someone who is engaged and you want to learn some stuff, more things about you and your spouse before you get married, which kind of leads into what we're going to be talking about tonight. Hit us up, inbox us. We can get your emails, send you the information you need, and just another brick to put in your foundation before you walk down the aisle.
Absolutely.
What else did I miss? If you don't follow us on social media, please do on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube.
Absolutely. All right. So we got one quick announcement, of course. Y'all already know before we get started. Our Unlocked Couples Retreat. We are super excited. Marriage retreat. I'm sorry, Unlocked Marriage Retreat. We're super excited about this. It's October the 13th, 11th through 13th. It's near Virginia Beach, Virginia. And we would love for you all to attend. We have a few more spaces left. Besides spending quality time with your spouse, it promises to be a good time because we like to have a good time.
Yes.
Accommodations are included, key moment sessions, welcome gift, retreat materials, a Friday meal, a Saturday breakfast and dinner that will be prepared by a private chef, and a light continental breakfast Sunday before departing. $225 will secure your space, and the remaining balance will be due no later than August 15th. So if you were interested in that, or please share it with somebody as well.
Share the flyer,
Share the flyer, or just tell another couple about it. If you're interested, please visit our website at keyplayers.retreat.com. Did I say that right?
www.keyplayers.com/retreat.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Go ahead. No. Go
yeah.
ahead.
So even if you can't go, you can share the flyer. You can tell someone. That don't cost you nothing.
And we appreciate that.
And we will greatly appreciate that.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
All right. So our topic tonight, y'all, is say what now? Things you should think about before marriage. So what we're gonna do? You gonna play the clip?
Yeah. So we found this clip.
Hey, Katina.
Found this clip on YouTube, and it was involving marriage stuff. So of course it caught our attention. And we was like, this is some people saying maybe it was staged, some said it was real, but the situation that they're discussing is real, whether it was acting or not. So we want to play this video. It's about 4 minutes. Hang with us. And we want to get your input. We're gonna try to dissect it and get into it ourselves.
Hey, the one named Princess.
So I'm gonna show the video now, and if you all want to go ahead, don't comment yet to the video.
Yeah, don't comment yet. Just listen to the video first.
Yeah, listen carefully. Turn your phone stuff up.
And maybe you've seen this before too, so I don't know.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, family? Y'all have to check this video out with me.
It's been 30 days we've been married. You haven't changed nothing into my name.
You
haven't put the house in my name. You haven't put the insurance in my name. And then you got like everybody else is on as a beneficiary.
I can't.
No,
you cannot be sick.
What
you just say?
You got both of them.
What you just say? Say that one more time. Say that again.
You heard what I said.
Talk about my mama again.
Yo, disabled her.
I want everybody to hear this.
She got somebody there to take care of her.
This who I married. This who I married 30 days ago.
No.
This who I married 30 days ago.
What's really taking you so long? Like 30 whole days, Deshaun. 30 whole days, and you still haven't put me on nothing? Like nothing.
It takes time to do all that,
it's
right?
like you're not even taking this marriage serious. It's like
you taking it too serious right now.
It's like you still attached to your
Hey,
mama
do you
like a little mama boy.
Look, check me out. My little mama boy.
A little mama's boy.
Do you love me or you love the money? Which one what are you here for? What are you here for?
Listen, like I said,
what you on TikTok or something? What you on?
I'm not interested in nothing that you talking about right now. Because I don't even think you care about me. Because what if you die? What if you die? What's going to happen to me if you die? Who's going to take care of me? Who's going to take care of me? You told me when we got married.
I know she
you
ain't
was going to do everything. You was going to make sure I'm taken care of. And now I'm like second guessing everything.
You can't be serious right now.
Yes, I am. Because you don't even love me. The Bible says when a man
how you going to say that?
That he cleaves to his wife and leave his mother. Like, what is wrong with you?
Who are you?
It's not who's on. Who are you? You don't even care about me.
You tripping about some paperwork right now.
If you really cared about me, I would be taken care of. If you really
I'm going to take care of you. What am I here for? We just got back off vacation.
No.
And you worried about some paperwork? No. Go sit down. Go sit down. Go sit down.
I'm a dog. Oh, so now I'm a dog. So now I'm a dog. Now I'm an animal. You tell me go sit down. Go sit down.
Oh my God, you a headache right now. You being such a headache right now.
Like I said.
Why did
I am not trying to hear nothing. Until you put me on the insurance, on the deeds, on the cards, on everything. It's no marriage. You might as well go ahead and say there's no marriage.
Who are you? Why are you?
I don't care what you're talking about.
You must have been talking to your friends or something.
There's
no way. I married you.
What? So now you second guess marrying me?
I guess so. You talking about the paperwork.
Second guess marrying you. You the one that don't care about me. Because somebody that really cared about that person, this would have all been in the works 2 weeks prior to us even getting married.
That's so cap.
That's so cap. Up until we got married. Like after we married and you say I do, now something happened to you. What if you know your mama don't like me?
It's not for real.
And she gets on every time I come over there.
Why now? Look at you.
Look at you. She shouldn't make no
Look at you.
She should never.
Why are you acting like this right now?
Just like her.
Why are you acting like
this? Yeah, she look just like her. You look just like your mom. Your mom is very, very, you know.
Ooh.
You heard me.
What you trying to say? I look like a what?
I'm not saying anything.
I look like a what?
Until you put me on everything, we not married. This is not real.
Give my ring back then. How about that? Take the ring off. No, we ain't married. Take the ring off then.
No.
Take the ring off.
Because that's a promise. And even if
ain't no promise.
You still not getting
you a liar. You just straight lying.
And when I get before the judge, I'm gonna let the judge know that
you gonna give my last name back then? You wanna give my last name back? Respecting my family. I swear to God.
Whatever. They disrespect me.
No, they
didn't.
No, they didn't. No, they didn't. No, they didn't.
And that's another thing.
No, they didn't.
That's another thing that I have a problem with. Anytime they disrespect me, you always upholding both of them. You never take my side. Like, I probably shouldn't have never married you.
Give my ring back then. We can end this right now.
Sir, you can end this.
Put it right here. Put it right here.
Thank
you. Y'all see that?
I don't care. Take your ring. See whatever you want to see.
Get my last name back. Go back to Sanchez. Who your last name was.
Toxic mommy mommy's boy.
Mommy boy.
I'm not doing
Go
that.
back to the little
Y'all
hut that you
heard
came from that I got you at.
mommy's boy.
I'll holler at you later.
I don't care. I don't care what you
Hey,
say.
you want me to open the door for
Because
you?
a real man, if he was
Want
a
me to
real
open the door for you?
man,
Want me to open the
if
door
he
for
was
you?
a real man, guess what?
Rid of it.
I would have been taken care of.
I should have been
before
married a
even
real
said I
woman.
did.
I should have married a real woman. How about that?
It don't get no realer than
Yeah,
this.
no.
You ain't never
It
had
get
a
worse
woman
than
like
it.
me. You already told me, and you will never find somebody else like me.
Think
Bet
so?
money.
You think so?
Bet money. Bet money. Bet money.
Yo, never again. I promise you, never again. That right there? Oh no.
Hello.
Single life.
All right.
Woo! With so much to unpack.
So much to unpack. That was a lot. Wow. I don't even know where to begin. I guess I should start with our title for tonight. When we first watched that video, one of the first things that came to mind is, why was this not discussed before you walked down the aisle?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that was a lot.
That was a lot.
That was a lot. Why wasn't this discussed before you walked down the aisle?
The water said, Lord, is she planning to murder him?
Yeah, it makes you think. But in her defense, like Keisha said, I see both sides. I see both sides.
I see both sides because everybody's focusing on the 30 days. Yeah, that's a bit fast. Now pump your brakes. But I see both, like further down the road, as far as adding the beneficiary, adding all that stuff. That's important.
Yeah, that is very important.
Yes. That's needed.
Because if you remember in the clip, she said, "What if you were to die? What if something was to happen to you? What would happen to me? Who's going to take care of me?" And that's a legitimate concern, because it's bad enough that your spouse will have to deal with you no longer being on this earth, and having to deal with planning your funeral and taking care of all your arrangements and your taxes and your not your property, your car, and God forbid if there are kids involved. Then on top of that, he or she has to worry about where they're going to live and how they're going to survive. It's a selfish approach to marriage, if you ask me. Those are the things that should be in place. The minute your last name changes, then those are things that you should just go ahead and do in place right after you get back from the honeymoon, or even if before you go.
But that's what she was saying, though.
Right.
But it's how she was bringing it across too. And then she said, "Yeah, you should never let your family disrespect your spouse."
We talked about that the last time.
Absolutely.
Yes, absolutely.
It was how she was bringing it across, and she was just. It's like they just got off the honeymoon, and she like bringing this at him, and it's the way that she was bringing it to him as well.
Now here's the flip side. He didn't say they just got back from a honeymoon. He said a vacation. So so where was her concern before he took her on vacation? Where was this arguing and fussing before wherever he took her? You know what I'm saying? Where was the concern there? And that's probably what, as a man, that's probably what he's thinking. He's probably thinking, look, girl, I just took you to Jamaica, Cancun, DR, wherever. And now you want to throw this in my face. Now you concerned about me not taking care of you. Where was this concern when you was on the beach or at the pool?
But did she say who the beneficiary was though?
His mom.
His mom is his beneficiary.
From what I remember, he said his mom
already don't like her. Okay.
Right.
So you already know that's
LaWanda said she didn't want to mess the trip up.
Right, LaWanda. And that's a recipe for disaster right there. Right?
Yeah.
Katina said maybe something happened on vacation to bring it up.
That's true.
That's true.
Fair.
It is some backstory to this.
It's some backstory.
This. But these are the things that they should have talked about before they got married.
Absolutely. And to me, if you all paid attention, and we talked about this earlier, there's some other underlying issues here besides just the beneficiary part. There are some trust issues.
Yep.
He has not. I don't think he understands fully what it means to be a husband, because she mentioned she mentioned several times about the relationship and him being a mama's boy, which she probably could have used a different terminology, but that lets me know that he has not broken away from his mom and put his wife first as the number one woman in his life. So there's some underlying issues there.
Yeah, Shireen said she should have gotten her own policy.
I disagree. I think that's
I guess
There should be a shared policy to me.
He has to sign it anyway.
Well, yes.
Yeah. So so Diane said, so I understand she was upset, but
Her approach was wrong.
Yeah, her approach. That's what I said.
Right.
Her approach was wrong. I think he went into defense mode automatically.
Right.
Because she came at him so hard.
Right.
I agree with her, but went about it the wrong way.
Absolutely. Yep.
I said that too.
And I said that too, Princess. They were not ready for marriage.
Not at all.
He is not committed to the marriage. Now, another issue I had listening to this is I didn't hear the word love mentioned once. I didn't hear anything about love, commitment. I heard take care of me. I heard what you say about my mama. I heard your family disrespectful. I heard you crazy. I heard who is
Mama's
this that
boy.
I married?
Yeah.
Mama's boy. I heard it's only been 30 days. I didn't hear anything about love, commitment, none of that.
Vows, anything.
Vows,
all that went out the window.
None of that was even thought about. And like I said, to her defense, I don't think she was being selfish, but to Dolly's point, her approach was horrible.
Mm-hmm.
You ladies coming at a man like that, more than likely, he's going to put more emphasis on the way you're saying it to him as opposed to what you're saying.
Katina said maybe she married him for what he had because she mentioned his house and
That's
being
true.
on the deed and all that stuff.
And
like
he
that.
mentioned that. He said, so it's about the money. He did mention that also. But I think that was a way for him to deflect away from the fact that she should be the beneficiary of his policy or whatever it is that she was fussing about. That's a given. And somebody, I just don't think they were ready for marriage. They sound a little young because he said, oh, that's cap. And young people, that's terminology for that's a lie. So when somebody said that, you know they kind of young.
No sharing the policy. Hubby, a funeral director. Oh, wait, hold on.
Okay, you might be giving us some information.
No sharing the policy. Hubby, a funeral director, and it's hard to get both parties to agree.
We did. Right?
When you explain that to me, Shireen, I'm trying to understand what you're trying to say. No sharing the policy.
Like on your insurance, like on life insurance. Well, you know what? She's right, because we got separate policies. What I'm thinking about.
Yeah.
And we are each other's beneficiary. So if that's what you're saying, I get it. I understand what you're saying now. Yeah. That makes sense. If that's what you mean, that makes sense. But still, I'm going to start with the husband. I think he is dead wrong for having his mother as the primary beneficiary as opposed to the wife. The mother shouldn't even be second if they have children.
And his mother don't even like her. I'm gonna go there.
That's another issue.
Because people change when, especially with death money, your family will flip on you real quick.
Yeah.
So with money such as that and stuff like that, people change. And
because it's normally a nice chunk if you got a decent policy.
Right. And I don't even think it should even be about the money. I think that if you're married, and I'm going to take the 30 days out, like I said, if you're married, I think that you should be working towards that, at least getting the beneficiaries for each other, a policy, to take care. Because Lord forbid, if I go first, I don't want to leave him out here stranded.
Right. And vice versa. Right.
And I'm sure, I hope that he don't want to leave me out here stranded.
That's right.
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 So you got to get your affairs in order at some point in your marriage.
Right. And it should be soon.
Right. And Princess says he doesn't even trust her enough to have to have her as his beneficiary. But that's crazy because he trusts her enough to go down the aisle.
That is what I was going to say.
Isn't that crazy?
I was going to say the same thing.
The mother was probably the beneficiary way before, which she probably was. But once you get married.
Right. When I had policies at other jobs, so was my parents. But the minute I got married, it wasn't even thought about to put them as the beneficiary. It was, for me, it was automatic that would be my wife, period. So if the mom was that before, I have no problem with that. But if he doesn't trust her enough to put her as the beneficiary, what was the point of walking down the aisle? What was the point of marriage?
Or the mom should get her own policy. How about that? Well, or either they, I think the mom should get her own policy and then let them do their policy as a marriage.
I'm gonna just speculate. Now, I'm gonna assume mom was a single parent because he didn't mention dad.
Gotcha. Okay.
And single mothers' relationship with their sons is a little different. I heard somebody on social media say that single moms date their sons, they do everything but F them. No. I know that sounds harsh, but she went into more detail. So I won't go into everything she said, but she was basically talking about the connection or the relationship that single mothers have with their son is almost like dating. It's close, it's tight.
I mean, why it's got to be with the son? You can have a very close relationship with your daughter. I mean, I don't know about that.
That way.
I disagree with that.
And
I can say in some situations, but I don't say. I disagree with that.
So
yeah, same. Not true for me. Exactly. I don't disagree with that. Everything. Anyway, so he should have gotten a new policy for his wife. Is what Shereen said. He should got a new policy for his wife.
And if I agree with that, but he also should discuss with his wife if he can have a separate policy where his mom is on it too. I would say no.
Well, kept the policy that they had already. You say no because you think that'll cause problems or issues.
Right, because what if that policy is more?
And when he died, who policy y'all using?
Who you using? Do you get to use both?
Well, you can, but it's not going. If he say he got $100,000 policy on right here and 100,000 over here,
right?
It's not going to cost 100 to bury you.
Right. So both of them will get some money.
So, well, I don't know. It just depends on what bills he got left over. If he owes child support, I mean, it's a lot of things. You know,
this is the stuff that people don't take into consideration when they looking for dresses, when they looking for tuxedos, when they looking for honeymoon spots, when they looking for photographers and videographers and who can cook, she can't cook,
a DJ,
a venue. When you're doing your little booklet and to put out and send on social media for people to go see your pictures, this is the stuff that is not mentioned during that period, which causes couples to end up where these two are right now, in some serious trouble, to the point where I question their relationship if this one argument can cause them both to talk about taking off rings. One argument already, 30 days, and you already quitting? It's ridiculous. Pia, listen, if you're not ready for marriage, please don't do it. Please stay single. I'm begging you.
Yes, priorities all wrong. Yes, and you really have to prioritize. So Shereen said, so I have one just for my funeral. That's very good, Shereen. I have one for my hubby. I have one for my son. Another one for my mom and my brother together.
Okay.
So you have planned.
Yes. Taking care of people across the board.
Yes. You have planned.
And everybody's situation may be different where that may be needed, in some people's story, where others may not have to do all of that. But if you and your husband was cool with that, then hey. No. Right.
But I'm sure you have your husband as your beneficiary. I don't know. I'm just saying. I'm sure. I don't know. You understand what I'm saying? I have one just for my funeral and nice. The one that said nice. Yeah, that is nice.
Yeah.
That's very nice.
And Lord knows it's a difficult conversation to have, to talk about this kind of stuff, but it's a reality. Like Keisha said, you don't want to leave your loved one stranded or in a bad spot.
It's very needed to talk about. Survivors don't like to normally talk about these things as much.
I don't.
I'm the one that bring it up. I'm like, listen, we have to get this stuff in order, right? Like we have to get this stuff in order. Get whether it's estate planning, whatever the case is, we got to start somewhere,
right?
So yes, Shereen, I might need to talk to you.
She said, "Hubby, people are crazy."
Yeah, I know people are
crazy.
So
she's seen the other side of the beneficiary.
I might need to talk to her out. Outside.
Yeah.
But she's seen the other side of it. And like I said, when it's coming with funeral, like deaths and stuff, people do flip on you.
And with money involved.
Yes, with money involved. And that's I've heard that's one of the fastest money to go. Right?
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Did they say why?
No, my mom always said that.
Oh, okay.
She always said that.
Wow. Okay, what's that?
So while the person is trying to like grieve and stuff like that, no one really wants to, but it's necessary. My hubby always is on it, and I'll be like, okay, where do I sign?
Right. And I didn't, LaWanda, like Keisha said, I don't like talking about, but when Keisha brought the stuff and said we need to do this and we need to take care of that, I just did it.
And we did it soon after. Well, I'm talking about life insurances, whatever. I already had policies or whatever, but we did
life insurance.
life
policy.
insurance together.
Mhm.
Like it wasn't 30 days, of course, but it was soon after we got married.
Right.
Right. And I was like, Savalas, we gotta do this or whatever. And he's pretty much down for it as well. He kind of listens in that aspect when I talk about stuff like that.
And another reason why I think it was more pressing for her, she had kids at the time, prior to me coming in the picture, so she had other people to think about. I was single. It was just me. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So,
but I already had policies.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You already had it. So I had to change my thinking. Not only are you a husband, that you're a father too. So I had to just sit and be uncomfortable with that type of talk and do what had to be done. And that's what marriage is all about. It's about making sacrifices. You're not gonna always be comfortable.
Right. After COVID hit, everybody need to be on it. You're absolutely right.
Absolutely.
You're absolutely correct. So that video was
it was a lot of stuff but I did, and we talked about this also, even though and it may have been the way she presented it, I found that he was being somewhat dismissive of her concerns, because her concerns were serious. Her concern was valid. It's the way she presented it, I think, may have thrown it off, but he was being too dismissive and not really taking the situation serious, which leads me to believe. Then he said some other things in there. He said, well, you could take your last name back and you could go back to the hut that I found you from. So that leaves, if just listening to that, I'm like, maybe he didn't grow up struggling, maybe financially, maybe she did, their views of money may not have been the same, so maybe that could have caused her concern to be a little heightened. You know what I mean?
That was a low blow.
That was a low blow.
That let me know what you thinking of me.
Yeah, that was a low blow.
Like you, my savior.
Yeah, that's true.
Jesus is my savior.
That's true. He did come across as a savior. Yeah.
Okay.
True people don't talk about it.
No, it's true.
True people don't talk about the will and other things. Yeah.
They really don't.
Yeah.
And it's needed. You should talk about that. And it's not even as expensive as you think.
True.
Right? It just depends on what you would have in it. But we could get off on a whole nother subject with that. I will be transparent. I haven't changed mine yet. My kids are mine. I just haven't. We didn't discuss it beforehand. And we discussed a lot, but not about policies.
Most people don't. But this is why the Lord sent us up here tonight. So now that you're seeing this, and first of all, thank you for your transparency, because I just love that.
Yeah.
But you need to, because it is important. And to me, as a man, if you came to me and said, listen, I got the kids as a beneficiary, blah, 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 policy, but I think we need to change it, and I want to put you, blah, blah, blah. As a man, that would make me feel like you got my back, you trust me, that we in this thing together, that we are true partners in this marriage. It would do a lot for the male ego, the husband ego, seriously.
Catch Sabrina up, please. She said, I got on 15 minutes late. Was there a video? What y'all talking about?
Yes. Everybody, man, thanks for sharing that. Yes, thank you for sharing. But this definitely would make me talk to my hubby about it and change. We can log off right now. Our job is done.
It's done. Catch Sabrina up.
Okay, so we showed a clip of a couple arguing because they have been married for 30 days. I'm going to give you the short version. They've been married for 30 days, and the husband has not changed his insurance policy. He still has his mother as the beneficiary and not his wife, and the wife is upset about it. That's the short version.
That's the short version.
That's the short version.
So my dad was married 30 years, and his wife died this year. Okay. She never put my dad on anything.
Wow.
30 years. I know I would have been I would have been devastated too, but not to, I wondered, did they ever talk about it, or did he ever mention it?
Right.
You know what I mean? Did they have a conversation around this?
Right.
Or is just
was it a surprise?
Right, or was it a surprise?
Right. And like my wife said, you got to ask questions. That's her favorite.
That's right.
That's one of her favorite phrases. You got to ask questions.
You have to ask questions. No matter how comfortable they are, uncomfortable they are, you have to ask questions.
Right.
Daggone it.
Wow.
Whew.
That's wow. I'm serious. I hope, Katina, I hope you and your husband do talk about this. If anybody else is watching this live now, or if you catch the replay, this is a conversation that needs to be had. Seriously.
And you know what? Yes, he did, and they agreed to, but she never did.
Wow.
Man, and see, in situations such as that, right there.
Mm.
And you know what? When with Savalas and I, like he said, like, you know, I was a single. Well, I, you know, had the kids and everything like that. But when we went to the lawyer's office,
Mm-hmm.
she was saying, had I, well, this has got something to do with the house. Had I passed,
I thought we weren't talking about that.
I know, but I'm
See?
just saying, this
Go
got
ahead
something to do
and
with the
tell it.
house.
Be
So the house,
transparent.
okay, so I'm gonna be transparent.
Be
y'all.
transparent.
So the house
Originally.
was in my name, right? Due to
Because my credit was shot at the time.
well, I won't even gonna say.
No, I said it because it's great now. Yes, I don't mind saying it. Yeah.
Okay, so the house was originally in my name, right?
Mm-hmm.
My name only, right? So I was like, you know, everybody say like in the state of North Carolina, if you married, blah 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 blah.
Mhm.
Well, it's partially true, right?
Right.
So I was like, Savalas, if something was to happen to me, like I that's hard enough. I want
Right.
you to have somewhere like, you know, I don't want there to be any issues or any problems.
Right.
So we went and talked to a lawyer,
Mhm.
right? A real estate lawyer,
Mm-hmm.
right? No, what is it called?
She's in civil law, but that's you. Yeah,
No,
they get it.
Yeah. So we went and sat down with the lawyer who does probate and all that stuff like that.
Yeah, there you go.
We sat down with an estate planning lawyer.
There
That's
you
who
go.
we sat
There
down
you
with.
go.
And so she was like, well, if you was to pass right now, a third of the house would go to Savalas.
Mm-hmm.
The other part would be split between the two kids.
Mm-hmm.
She said, and you just don't want that.
Right.
She said, I've seen it in so many situations. It's a mess. You
Right.
don't want that.
Right.
Right. So we had to get our affairs in order
Right.
as far as that. So
Right.
now the deed has been changed and all that stuff like that. But we had to get all that in order,
Right.
as well as our estate planning.
Right.
Now I wanted to do a trust because y'all know I'm all about that life. I wanted to do a trust. However, I'm finding out things about a trust as well. So with the trust, sometimes your mortgage lender, if your house is not paid off,
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes from what she explained to us, sometimes your mortgage lender, depends on who it is,
Mm-hmm.
they want your house to be paid off before you can actually put it in a trust. That's not all mortgage lenders, but depends on who your lender is.
Mm-hmm.
So at that moment, we had to just go with a will, but we got something in place.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Even though we know that a will still goes to probate and all that stuff like that, but
Mhm.
something is in place.
Right.
Right. So I'm just saying these are conversations that you need to have in while you're married.
Mm-hmm. She said, yes, I had to make sure hubby name was on the deed because
He wasn't on
the
the
line.
same situation.
Same situation.
Same situation.
Yep.
Right there.
So, now let me step away from our conversation that we're having, and I'm gonna jump right back in it. To any of the husbands that may be listening to this or may see this, this is what being the head of the household really means. She took the lead on this whole situation because that was her expertise. She was much better at it. She was way more knowledgeable at it than I was. She was on it. I listen, I trust her, and I follow suit. That's true leadership. True leadership is knowing when to delegate and let whoever is best at whatever situation handle the situation. I didn't play the macho man card. I didn't say, well, I'm the man and this, that, and the third. I didn't even do that when we got the house because my credit was 6 something at the time, maybe. It's close to 800. I'm trying to get 800. I'm almost there now. But at the time, it made more sense to do that. That's leadership, man. That's being, if you want to really be the head of the house, make the best decision that's best for the house. I digress. We back. Now, so, and it wasn't even that expensive, was it?
No, not that. No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
Well, it depends on what you call expensive.
That's
but
true.
It was
Yeah.
worth it.
It's worth it.
It's worth it.
And we had to sit down and discuss where if I go, of course, Keisha get blah, 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 then the kids, blah, blah, blah. Which kid, you had to put which kid does what
It's
first.
very detailed.
It's very detailed. But it was very necessary. It was uncomfortable. We were sitting in there, very weird feeling because
Exactly.
you have to, go ahead.
I told Savalas, I said, Savalas, do you realize that this paper right here, when we had to take it back to the law firm or whatever to get everything notarized and stuff, I said, this is the last time that we're going to see this paper alive.
Wow. Yep.
Unless we go and,
Change
some stuff. But if we don't, this is the last time that we will see this paper. The next time this paper will be read,
one of us is gone.
One of us will be deceased.
Deceased. Yep.
So that was
weird.
Yeah,
It
was
felt
weird
to see some of the wording, because you see the word deceased a lot, and so it felt weird. But we walked away with a sense of peace because that had been a issue that was brought up for years in our marriage. You know, Vaz, we need to do this. We need to sit down, blah, blah, blah. And then just, did we do this year? So this year we just said, look, she was like, look, we got to do it. And I think maybe COVID had something because people just passing away left and right, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
So finally we did it. My name is now on the deed. So that's one thing we don't have to worry about anymore. It was difficult. I'm telling you, it felt weird, but it was necessary.
Me and my hubby the same. He knows I'm better at finances, but he's still the head of the house. Exactly.
Right.
We just use each other's strengths.
And
we play off each other's strengths.
That was an area she just was better in. She was on it because she was way more detailed when it comes to stuff like that than I am.
Right. And when you playing off each other, well, I hate to keep beating a dead horse, but it's like because I was a single parent, I had to learn how to not be so strong at all times. Right. I had to learn to let some rain go for his strengths because I was overshadowed. This is a whole nother subject, but I was overshadowing him and overpowering him and trying to take control of things that
everything.
You know, of everything.
Yeah.
Right. So I had to learn how to let that go. Right. And I've come a long way.
Yeah.
Still a little work in progress, but I've come a long ways even with that.
Right.
So if anybody was in that situation.
Right. Yep.
Yeah. So this is just some things to think about
before you get married. But if you didn't and you're married now, it's never too late. It was never too late. Like I said, we just went and did the thing with the deed. We had life insurance. We took care of that. But we just put my name on the cup, and I was so proud when I went in Wake County Real Estate and saw my name up there. But it was a sense of relief, especially for her, because that was something that she really was worried about.
I was, because I wouldn't want to do that to you, right? And I hope that you would never want to do that to me.
Right.
So I was really concerned about it. We took care of that. And just to give a shout out. If you do need a what I think, what kind of lawyer was she? Well, if you need the lawyer,
if you need what we just talked about, get to the point.
Estate planning lawyer.
Yes.
Shanisha Fitz. I'm just giving her a very what's the name of her law firm? Legacy, I think.
SHENISHA.
Right. She
Fitz
is excellent.
FITTS. Tell us about us and Keisha sent you.
Yes.
She was very
professional,
very patient, because you know that is lawyer talk. That's lawyer word, and it goes over most people's head. But she didn't come across that way. She broke everything down. And if y'all know Keisha talk over you when you talking. She was very patient. She let Keisha talk all over her, and she went right back to the topic. So shout out to Shanisha Fitz, FITTS.
And I asked her so many questions, and I know she probably was like, Lord have mercy. But anyway, I asked her so many questions, and I probably asked her questions over and over again that I've asked before, but she was very patient and very kind and very thorough. So
your sister's always the business-minded one, which says send this video to her to get a sponsorship.
Yes.
So we will send this.
Renew Legacy, I think that's the name of her.
Yeah.
Her firm.
She was excellent.
She was amazing.
She was very patient with us. But that was something that should have been discussed before we got married. Well, it actually was, but we just knew at the time it just made sense for me not to be up there. Now, if we were to get a house now, we both going up there because I'm right behind. I'm coming up behind her. She is where I'm trying to get to, but I'm so much further. You know, I tell people this all the time. One of the benefits that I can pull from this marriage is my credit score has shot up almost 150, 200 points, something like that, since being married to her. True. You know what I mean? So I give her credit for that. It was high 5, low 6, somewhere in there, but now it's high 7. I'm looking at 800. I'm almost there.
All right. So Katina says, I'm learning all over again.
That's all you can ask.
It's a work in progress. It's learning. That's what marriage is, because you change. People change. It's constantly changing. But you have to be attentive and watch your spouse and learn your spouse and know the things that he or she does not, you know, what they like and what they don't like.
Right.
And it's all about putting in the effort.
And not only what your spouse like and don't like, what they're good at, be honest with yourself and look in the mirror and realize your strengths and weaknesses. Now, that's not easy to do. You know, it's easy to pump up your strengths, but we don't do so well in talking about our weaknesses. But if you marry the right person, 9 times out of 10, your weakness is their strength.
Right.
And that's how we are, you know. So yeah, and once you can get that, you can really have an enjoyable life as a married couple. You can really, I know people say marriage is hard and marriage is work, and all of that is true. But if you would just do these things that not just us as what we do with key players, but there are other people who do this also. If you know that you are in need of some assistance in your marriage or some help, or you falling short in some areas, take advice from somebody. Be mindful of who you take it from or who you listen to.
Mm-hmm.
But just little small tweaks in your marriage and in your way of thinking can put you on a nice, smooth sail.
But you have to realize that.
You got to realize
and
that.
You have to be willing to have an open mind,
right?
And be willing to change.
And you got to be willing to close your mind to some old stuff.
Absolutely, that's good.
You got to be willing to close your mind. This is something that I learned being married. And I'm gonna be honest, I probably fought for years because I was stuck in just being the me that I always been. This is me. This is how I do stuff. This is how I think. This is what's right. This is what's wrong. Blah blah blah. But what I realized is staying the old me was stopping me from being the me that I was supposed to be and who I am becoming. So
that's good. Hector is way better at money than me. I just let him do it and started my business to finance my thing. I spend, he saves. And she does.
Yes.
Yes, bros. He saves. Yes, she does. And that's absolutely true.
No, we good. Yeah, we good. Yeah. Know your strengths.
I mean, but if that works for y'all,
yeah.
If you spend and he saves, if that works for y'all and y'all come to a common ground, then that works for you all. Like no marriage, like we said, no marriage is a cookie cutter marriage.
That's true.
Like what may work for y'all may not work for us.
And a lot of people don't realize that. They think marriage is this. In your household, it may be, but in my household, it may be this. Find out what works for you. What works for the both of you. Because what may work for you may not work for your spouse. So find a common ground on what works for the both of you. So.
And that goes back to how you were raised and all this stuff like that.
That's
like
a whole nother.
What you saw in marriage, you can bring little bits and pieces from that. That doesn't mean that your marriage has to be just like your parents' marriage or whatever, because what may work for them may not work for you.
Right.
So you have to watch that too as well.
Absolutely. And I've said this on several occasions. That was one of the errors I made when I got married. I'm like, okay, I'll just do what my mom and daddy did. And I soon realized I was not married to my mother. And once I really realized that, I had to make some changes.
Oh, yeah. Oh, he gets my retirement check and saves it. The business helps me have liquid.
Liquid, that's cash. Yeah,
I know.
That's smart.
Yeah.
That's smart.
Yeah, especially if he's the one with the finances, because he knows that you're going to need that sooner than later, right? So he knows. So then when you come, it'll already be stacked. Right.
And the majority of you up here, I think y'all around the same age as we are. We're turning that corner now where, that knee pain hurt in the morning age, and when we get older, we want to be able to enjoy ourselves. We want to still be able to travel. We don't want to have to be, if we are working in our much older years, it has to be by choice, not by force. I was watching a YouTube video today of this older black couple in Alaska just out fishing. You can tell they're retired, they're older, but they seem so happy and relaxed. I said, I can tell they took care of business in order to live the life that they're living now, where they can just sit around and do YouTube videos all day about them fishing. But that starts now. That type of putting in stuff now at the age we're at now will lead us to that life when we get older, where we can hop on a boat or hop on a plane or whatever it is that you want to do, but get some stuff in order now.
All right. And it's not too late.
It's never too late.
Right. It's not.
If you're watching this video, it's not too late. Either as live or replay. It's not too late. It's not too late to get it right. I think that's what we're trying to say. It's never too late. If you're still breathing, you can get it right. We still getting things right,
Absolutely.
We're still getting things right, but we on a good path. So.
Right. So we hope with that we help somebody tonight. It says, I love watching my mom enjoy her retirement. Absolutely, Katina. I know.
Yep.
I know. Like I said, we still getting stuff right. I wish my dad was still here to enjoy it with them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure she wished that too. So.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. But what we can do, Katina, is give that to our kids to see. You know, that's what we do. We can give that to our children to see, and then they can give it to their children to see. That's how you build a legacy of great marriage. And that's another topic. But you give your kids the image and the foundation of what marriage is, you know, or what being a team, being a partnership, being respectful to one another. Pretty much everything we said tonight, you pass that along to your children. A lot of reasons why marriages are in trouble is because what was passed along to them. You know, the foundation that we laid or did not lay for our kids to see. You know, so
They are definitely watching.
Right.
Yes, right. Katina said this has really helped her. Thank you, Katina,
Well,
for joining in.
Thank you
for joining in.
Thank you.
So we hope that this helped someone tonight. Thank you, Katina. And thank y'all for rocking with us.
Yes,
like I
and,
said.
you know, and hopefully that couple will make it.
Hopefully they'll make it.
It's a little shaky looking, but you know, you never know. You know, maybe they'll get some help. You know, maybe that was just a one-off. You know, maybe they just had a bad day. You know, maybe something did happen on the vacation they went on. So, you know.
They need to check them policies though.
They need to do what?
Check those life insurance policies.
Now, yeah, we can end. The policy still needs to be changed. I will say that. At some point, he has to put his wife as the beneficiary. And then this totally off subject, but she must not work because it was never mentioned about him being her beneficiary. You know.
Oh yeah, it wasn't. Hey, Davida. Yes, please watch later. Please
she said, "How
later.
can she watch
later?
later?"
It'll be in replay. You can go back to our page, or you can go on
page.
YouTube.
Yeah.
You can, yes, it will be in replay. All right. Good night, you all. We hangry. Sorry. Oh, we're gonna talk about a retreat again. Will you go ahead and
So once again, before we log off, we are having a marriage retreat October the 11th through the 13th. If you are interested in going, go to our website, www.keyplace.com/retreat. This is not our first marriage retreat. It is not our first marriage retreat, but it is our first one as solo hosts. We've been on several marriage retreats. We planned several marriage retreats, but this is the first one that we're doing as Keisha and Savala's key players. So if you can't go, we understand.
Oh yeah, I understand those flights. I'm pretty sure they're expensive.
Okay. If you can't go, tell somebody that may be able to go. You can share the flyer. You can help us in some way, form, or fashion. It's October the 11th through the 13th. We're going to have a good time. We got some great stuff planned. We're going to make it worth the money. Invest in your marriage. We invest in our children. Yes. We invest in our cars, our houses, our hair. Some of us, our eyelashes, our nails, our tools. You know, invest in your marriage also. Trust me, we won't disappoint you.
We will not. We're going to have a good time. We already planned it. We're excited. So if you know somebody, please share. We really appreciate it.
And if you have a topic or something that may be going on in your household that you would like input from us and others, inbox us. We won't share. We will share the information, but not your name. We'll use it as a topic. You know, you never know.
You never know. And it could be helping us too, right?
It could be helping us.
All in this together. It could be helping us as well because we don't know everything.
Right.
We just share our experiences with you.
Right.
So anyway, good night, everybody. Have a great week. We love you all.
Peace.
Peace.